Ever wish you could just, like, talk to a house before you even viewed it?
Interesting.
I mean, not literally talk to it.
Right, right.
But imagine, like, getting all your questions answered instantly about parking, noise levels,
There-
even, if the neighbors are, like, obsessed with their sourdough starter as much as you are.
It's funny you should say that because that's actually where real estate is heading.
Oh, really?
Thanks to AI. Forget scrolling through endless listings.
Yeah.
We're entering an era where technology does the heavy lifting, and today we're going to dive deep into how.
I'm ready.
Okay,
Let's do it.
so to help us with this deep dive, we're tapping into the mind of AI entrepreneur Brendan Jowett.
Okay.
He's not just talking about this future, he's actually building it.
Wow.
His company, Inflate AI, is already putting these tools into action.
Okay.
So buckle up, because some of these use cases are, well, just straight out of a real estate dream.
Okay. I am buckled.
Good, good.
Let's go.
It really is fascinating to see these concepts move from theory to reality.
Mm-hmm.
Jowett breaks down 5 key ways AI is changing the game, like right now.
Okay.
And the overarching theme that's really clear is speed and efficiency,
Yeah.
which, let's face it, that is huge in real estate.
Absolutely.
Time is money.
Oh, yeah.
And the faster things move, the better for everyone.
For everyone. Yep.
And speaking of speed, Jowett's first use case blew my mind. AI handling those initial inquiries and appointment setups.
Right.
You know, that black hole you fall into after filling out a contact form?
Oh, absolutely.
It's the worst.
It's a lose-lose for both sides, really.
Yeah.
Potential buyers are left hanging,
Mm-hmm.
and then agents are wasting precious time chasing down leads that might not even be serious.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But with AI, the moment you hit submit on that form, you're not just another name in the void, are you?
No, not at all. Instead, you get a call from a very friendly AI assistant.
Oh, okay.
Think of it like
look
like the world's most organized receptionist.
Who's just going to ask you a few targeted questions?
And this is where the magic happens.
This is where the magic happens. The AI isn't just gathering basic info.
Mm-hmm.
It's qualifying leads in real time.
Wow.
So by the time a human agent gets involved, they're already talking to someone who's a good fit, which saves everyone time and headaches.
It's like having a super efficient gatekeeper, making sure only the most promising leads get through.
Exactly.
And the best part,
Tell me.
if it's a match made in, real estate heaven,
Okay.
the AI can schedule the actual appointment right then and there. No more back and forth emails or missed calls.
It's all about maximizing efficiency, which ultimately leads to higher quality appointments
Yeah,
and potentially quicker closings.
it's a win-win.
It is.
And speaking of getting more bang for your buck,
Okay.
Jowett's second use case taps into our need for instant gratification,
I like it.
AI-powered property valuations, and Q&A.
This one's particularly interesting because it empowers both homeowners and agents. Imagine you're curious about your home's worth.
Yeah,
Maybe you're thinking of selling. Maybe you're just curious.
right.
So you call a number.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of waiting for an agent to call you back, you're instantly connected with an AI.
And this isn't just some random estimate pulled from thin air, right?
Right. We're talking about an AI that can access a vast database of market data, recent sales, even hyperlocal trends to provide a preliminary valuation tailored to that specific property.
Okay, so beyond the numbers, what else can this AI do? Because I know when I'm curious about something,
Yeah.
I've got questions for days.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
It's like having a mini real estate encyclopedia at your fingertips.
Oh, wow, I like it.
Got a question about the selling process?
Mm-hmm.
Curious about how market fluctuations might impact your listing?
Yeah.
This AI has got you covered.
That's so much more helpful than just getting a number thrown at you.
Right.
You actually get context, insights, maybe even a little more confidence going into the next step, whether you're buying or selling.
And that's what I find so fascinating about this use case.
What's that?
It's not just about providing data, it's about providing understanding,
Oh, okay.
which can lead to more informed decisions down the line.
Now, this next one might be a bit controversial,
Okay.
but I'm curious to hear your take.
Sure.
Jowett's third use case involves AI tackling the dreaded cold call.
Okay.
And I'm not sure about you,
Yeah.
but I'd rather wrestle with a swarm of mosquitoes than deal with another generic sales pitch.
I think it's safe to say most people share that sentiment.
Yeah.
But here's where things get interesting, okay?
Okay.
Jowett's point isn't to replace human connection in sales. It's to make those connections smarter and more targeted.
Okay, so how does AI actually make cold calling, dare I say, pleasant?
It's less about making it pleasant and more about making it relevant.
Okay, how so?
Imagine this. Instead of blindly dialing numbers from a list,
Yeah.
hoping to strike gold, the AI analyzes like massive amounts of data to identify potential leads who are actually more likely to be receptive to this kind of call.
So it's not just about who to call, but when to call and what to say.
Exactly. The AI can factor in everything from recent browsing history to demographic trends to even, if the person is opted in, social media activity.
Wow.
It's about spotting those subtle signals that someone might be in the market for a new property,
Yeah.
or at least open to the conversation.
Okay, I have to admit that does take the edge off the whole cold calling thing. It's less about like interrupting someone's day and more about, providing timely, valuable information.
Right.
But isn't there a risk of being too invasive with that?
Possibly.
Like, hey, AI, I just Googled best moving boxes. Don't tell me you saw that.
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And it
Yeah.
speaks to the larger conversation around data privacy and AI.
Oh, okay.
The key is transparency and control. People need to be aware of how their data is being used and have the ability to opt out if they choose to.
Yeah.
It's about striking that balance between personalization and respecting boundaries.
Right. It's a fine line to walk, for sure.
It is.
But when it's done right, this kind of targeted outreach could be really effective.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've covered AI handling those first points of contact, providing instant property valuations,
Right.
even making cold calls feel less.
Less painful.
What's next on Jowett's list of AI superpowers?
So this one might sound familiar to anyone who's ever, spent hours clicking through real estate websites,
Oh, yeah.
only to end up, more confused than when they started.
Ugh.
Jowett calls it reactivating old leads with laser focus.
You mean like those emails that pop up like months after you've forgotten you even looked at a website?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, remember that 3-bedroom you were eyeing? Well, guess what? It's still available.
Yep.
Yeah, those are usually headed straight to my spam folder.
Exactly. And that's the old way of doing things.
Okay.
With AI, it's not about, blasting everyone with the same generic message, hoping something sticks.
Great.
It's about, remembering those individual preferences.
Yeah.
And reaching out only when there's a truly relevant update.
Okay, so paint me a picture here. How does this play out in the real world?
Okay, let's say, 6 months ago, you were casually browsing for a condo downtown.
Mm-hmm.
You even inquired about a specific listing, but, nothing came of it. Life got in the way, you moved on.
Right.
Now, fast forward to today.
Okay.
A new condo hits the market, same building, same floor plan, but even better view this time.
Oh, now that would get my attention.
Right.
But how would the AI even know to connect those dots?
That's the power of AI. It's constantly analyzing data,
Okay.
looking for those needle in a haystack matches.
Oh.
So when that perfect listing pops up, the AI doesn't just flag it.
Okay.
It sends you a personalized notification. Maybe it's an email with a subject line tailored to your interests.
Oh, wow.
Or even a text message if you've opted into that kind of communication.
It's like having a personal assistant who remembers every single thing you've ever casually mentioned wanting in a home.
Yes.
And then, swoops in at just the right moment.
Exactly. It takes all that guesswork out of staying on top of the market.
Right.
And for real estate agents, it means they can nurture those long-term relationships without spending hours sifting through old leads.
It's a win-win. I love it.
It is.
Now, for Jowett's fifth and final use case, we're stepping into a world that feels, both futuristic and oddly familiar at the same time.
Okay.
The interactive website chatbot.
Right.
I've seen these popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
But I'll admit, I'm always a little skeptical.
Oh, yeah.
Are they actually helpful or just a fancy way to automate responses?
It's a fair question, and the answer, as with most things AI, really depends on the execution. A basic chatbot might just offer canned responses to generic questions.
Yeah.
But a truly intelligent AI chatbot can be a game changer.
Okay, so walk me through it.
Okay.
How does this AI-powered chatbot differ from just using a website's search bar?
Imagine instead of filtering your search by countless, drop-down menus,
Yeah.
you can simply tell the chatbot what you're looking for.
Okay.
It's like having a conversation with the website itself.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You could say something like, show me modern lofts with high ceilings and lots of natural light.
And the chatbot would, understand those nuances. It wouldn't just show me every listing that happens to have the word loft in the description.
Exactly. The AI powering these chatbots can be trained on a massive amount of data.
Okay.
Architectural styles, neighborhood vibes, even things like the difference between modern and contemporary design.
Okay, I'm intrigued, but what about those details you can't capture in a search filter?
Yeah, like what?
Like, is the neighborhood dog-friendly? How's the street parking? Is there a decent coffee shop within walking distance?
You're thinking like a true AI chatbot pro.
Yeah, am I?
Those are exactly the kinds of questions these chatbots are designed to handle.
Okay.
Imagine this. You see a listing that catches your eye.
Mm,
So you ask the chatbot, what's the walkability score of this neighborhood?
okay.
The chatbot, linked to, let's say, something like Google Maps or Walk Score,
Mm.
could instantly tell you how easy it is to get around on foot.
That is so much more helpful than me trying to decipher a tiny map on my phone,
Right.
while simultaneously picturing myself living in this dream home.
Exactly.
It's like having like a local guide right there in your pocket.
Exactly. And it doesn't stop there. You could ask about nearby parks,
Okay.
public transportation, even things like, noise levels
Oh, wow.
or average commute times.
Just maze.
The chatbot can pull from a variety of data sources to give you a really comprehensive picture of what it's really like to live in that area.
It's like having a personalized real-time FAQ section for every listing.
I like it.
This is way more than just a chatbot. It's like an AI-powered crystal ball for your future neighborhood. It's incredible to think how much information is like right there at our fingertips these days, and it sounds like AI is only going to make that access even easier.
Absolutely. And what's so exciting about these AI tools, especially in the context of real estate, is that they have the potential to create a more seamless, personalized experience for everyone.
For everyone involved.
Yeah, whether you're like a seasoned investor or a first-time buyer, these technologies can help level the playing field, giving everyone access to the same insights and opportunities.
That's a really important point. We often think of technology as being, I don't know, geared more towards early adopters, but in the case of real estate, it sounds like AI could actually make the process more inclusive.
Exactly. Imagine a future where language barriers are no longer an obstacle to finding the perfect home, or as someone with, limited mobility could use AI-powered virtual tours to explore properties without any physical limitations.
Wow.
These are just a few examples of how AI can make real estate more accessible and equitable for everyone.
It's inspiring to think about the positive impact these technologies could have, but of course, with any new technology, there's always a flip side.
Of course, yeah.
What are some of the potential challenges or concerns that come to mind when you think about, this rise of AI in real estate?
That's a crucial question, and it's one we should never shy away from. One of the biggest concerns with AI, in any industry really, is the potential for bias. If the data used to train these algorithms isn't representative of the population as a whole, we risk, we risk perpetuating existing inequalities.
So, for example, if an AI is trained on data that primarily reflects the preferences of, let's say, affluent homebuyers, it might not be as effective at, serving the needs of those in lower income brackets.
Exactly. And it's not just about income. We need to think about factors like race, ethnicity, family structure, and even something as, seemingly insignificant as zip code.
Oh, wow.
All of these variables can influence someone's experience in the housing market, and we need to be mindful of that when developing and implementing AI tools.
It sounds like a huge responsibility rests on the shoulders of those developing these technologies. How can we ensure that these AI tools are designed and used ethically in a way that, benefits everyone, not just a select few?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Right.
And I don't think there's one easy answer. It requires a multi-pronged approach involving collaboration between tech developers, policymakers, real estate professionals, and, most importantly, public.
So it's not just about building better algorithms, it's about having these open and honest conversations about the potential impact of these technologies.
Absolutely. We need to be asking, those tough questions about data privacy, algorithmic transparency, and the potential for unintended consequences. And we need to be prepared to adapt and adjust our course as needed.
It's both exciting and a little daunting to think about, isn't it? We're on the cusp of this technological revolution, and it's up to us to shape how it unfolds.
I couldn't agree more. And I think the key is to approach this new frontier with both enthusiasm and a healthy dose of skepticism,
Okay.
to embrace the possibilities while remaining vigilant about the potential risks.
Well said. As we wrap up this deep dive into the world of AI and real estate, I'm left with a sense of, I don't know, cautious optimism, I guess. So there's no doubt that these technologies have the power to like transform the industry in some really profound ways, but it's our collective responsibility to make sure that this transformation is a positive one,
Yeah.
one that creates a more efficient